Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. Do you all remember Taylor Lorenz? Do you remember this individual? This is the person that posted numerous lies, disinformation, misinformation, whatever you want to call it, all over the internet. Also doxed libs of TikTok. Just generally like a pretty unpleasant person. Lied about her age quite a lot as well, which was weird. Well, she's back in the news. Because she went on Piers Morgan Uncensored and said, I felt along with so many other Americans joy. And that's when the United Healthcare CEO got assassinated. She felt joy at this person's murder. Interesting. I mean, look, interesting. You want to just come out and admit it? That's interesting. So we're going to take a look at this because this is interesting. Just to side note, this is like how it started, how it's going. So she's now been fired. So I think we'll take a look at the video first, and it's comical as hell. Hit subscribe, ladies and gents, if you're not already. Please do. There's lots of you that keep coming back to the channel, so it'd be good if you hit that subscribe button. Anyway, let's take a look and yeah, be prepared for some epic nonsense. And it is epic nonsense. Like it's pretty dumb, to be honest.
I do believe in the sanctity of life. And I think that's why I felt, along with so many other Americans, joy, unfortunately, because it feels like...
Serious?
Fuck. I do believe in the sanctity of life. That's why I felt joy that this guy lost his life. So what? These people are unhinged.
I mean,
joy in a man's execution?
Maybe not joy, but certainly not empathy. Because again,
we're watching the footage. How can this make you joyful? This guy's a husband, he's a father, and he's being gunned down in the middle of Manhattan. Why does that make you joyful?
Thousands of Americans that be murdered. So are the tens of thousands of Americans, innocent Americans, who died because greedy health insurance executives like this one push policies of denying care to the most vulnerable people. And
FYI, the healthcare system in the States is pretty shocking. Like I'm not gonna lie about that. Like it is pretty bad. Like the insurance and things like that. It's not really a conversation about the healthcare system. It's more around the morality of being happy that someone's dead.
The many millions of Americans that have watched people that I care about suffer and in some cases die because of lack of health care.
So should they all be killed then? Should they all be killed, these healthcare executives? Would that make you even more joyful?
No, that would not.
But why not?
And,
why are you laughing?
I think because it wouldn't fix the system.
You seem to find the whole thing hilarious.
I find your question funny.
A bloke's been murdered in the street. I don't find it funny at all.
I don't find it funny that tens of thousands of Americans die every year and because they are denied life-saving health care from people like the CEO. Now, I want to fix this system. You're right. We should...
It's going to get fixed by murdering people.
...be going around shooting each other with vigilante justice. No. I think that it is a good thing that this murder has led to America, or really the media elites and politicians in this country paying attention to this issue for the first...
Isn't that the ends justifies the means? Isn't that argument? What are we doing here? What's going on?
Time. You mentioned you couldn't understand why somebody would feel this reaction when they watched a CEO die. It's because you have not dealt... it sounds like, with the American healthcare system in the way that millions of other Americans have.
I've dealt with the healthcare system in various ways in America. I don't think it's perfect by any means, but the idea that I would view it as something...
Have you been denied life-saving treatment?
The idea that I would view it as something joyful, that a man has been, who's just a healthcare executive, has been executed in the street, I find completely bizarre.
Well, there you go. So again, it's important just to note that this as a video, I guess, is not really exploring healthcare as a product and an industry. It's more the morality of Taylor Lorenz, well-known disgusting lefty, who doxes people and is generally a very unpleasant individual. Also lies about her age. Feeling joy that someone had been gunned down, which is odd. Not entirely surprising, though, from these left-wing lunatics. But like I said, she's now been fired. She's been fired. Amazing. Vox Media splits with ex-Washington Post reporter Taylor Lorenz after explosive comments on United Healthcare CEO Brian Thompson's murder. Amazing. What did she say? Well, no, sorry, what did they say? Vox Media is ending its deal to distribute former Washington Post reporter Taylor Lorenz's podcast and YouTube show. It's just a YouTube show, right? Like, who cares about Vox? Just make it on YouTube. It's just on YouTube, isn't it? What? Why is Vox Media distributing a show? I understand a podcast, but a show on YouTube? What the fuck? After journalists made a slew of explosive comments about the death of United Healthcare CEO Brian Thompson, a source close to the situation confirmed. Semaphore scribe Max Tanney, who first reported the news, revealed late Sunday that the controversial tech columnist had a short-term partnership that is set to expire at the beginning of the year. And Lorenz took to social media on Monday, ripping the report as 100% false, claiming media reporters lie about her, as she vowed to discuss the situation on her podcast this week. Wow. We'll soon find out, won't we, love? How old are you again? To report on the online commentary surrounding Thompson's death without examining the systemic cruelty of our healthcare system is to willfully strip context from these online outpourings. What does that say? Yes, we want insurance executives dead. What the fuck? Lorenz took heat for her comments after United Healthcare CEO Brian Thompson's murder in New York last week. This is 100% false, and I'm very much still working with Vox, and my show is not up for renewal because I actually own 100% of the show and control the distribution, not Vox. Not Vox Media. Reporters continue to lie about me. Tune into the podcast this week where I'll discuss, she wrote on X. Vox has now declined to comment. A spokesperson for Semaphore hit back saying, as Max Tanney accurately reported, Vox is ending the relationship with Taylor Lorenz in 2025. You can read that story here. A source of knowledge of the deal confirmed the reports of the Post, adding that Lorenz's deal will expire at the beginning of 2025. So she's just completely screwed up now. The person did not elaborate on why Vox wasn't renewing Lorenz's contract, but there has been a cloud of controversy surrounding the columnist recently. Yeah, I can't believe she said that. Like, that's pretty mad, isn't it? That is pretty mad. Those comments are pretty crazy. I mean, it's just, you know, the morality of it is the question, isn't it? It's not murder like what happens every year to thousands of innocent Americans killed by greedy insurance executives denying their coverage. I mean, it's... Oh, yeah, she's walking around still with a mask on, by the way. Just going to throw that out there. She's insane. She is actually insane. Yeah. Yeah, she's crazy. Is this... Sorry, what was this? It's unclear, however, if they were swayed by any recent firestorm, blah, blah, blah. Lorenz, who'd served as a tech columnist for the Washington Post at the time, came under fire after New York Post reporter John Levine posted a photo on X that Lorenz had uploaded to her Instagram account while attending a White House event featuring Biden in August. The selfie showed her wearing a COVID mask with Biden in the background that was captioned "War Criminal." And yeah, I mean, it's probably a lot of stuff, to be fair, that she got binned off with. Anyway, this is all crazy. She's mental, but I come to expect this kind of behaviour from these individuals. But I thought I'd highlight it because, yeah, it's interesting, really, isn't it? It's not a conversation about the healthcare system directly. It's more the morality of wishing someone dead. Anyway, let me know your thoughts. Bye now.